In this video, we'll take a look at the Q&A discussion forum. In the future, I will post a link to that on the homepage, like starting week 2. This week, it is in the modules section. So there's, starting with homework 1, there's homework tips, discussion tips, which is what you're looking at right now, and the Q&A discussion forum. In the future, not only will I put this on the homepage, I'll put it at the top of each week's module with the resources. Okay, so some tips for looking at this. When you initially go to the discussion forum, all of the tabs are open and it's a lot. I recommend closing them all with this little button here. This one opens them all, this one closes them all. Now you can look at each one as an individual question. How do I submit a question? What is a good question? Can anyone answer questions here? If I post a question, when can I expect an answer? So each of these is an individual question. Then if you want to look at them one by one, if you click this arrow, you can see everything posted here. So to submit a new question, you should reply to the main thread. So each of these is a reply to this main thread here with reply. So if you want to submit your own question, start by hitting reply. The next thing you should do is make your first line count. So notice how it displays one line. It displays whatever the first line of that post is. If I go on to post something long, it still only displays that first line. So when you ask a question, hit reply, and your first line, clearly state your question, or maybe even the unit and section you got that question from, to make it display nice. If you want to answer a question, you should reply to that question. I recommend going through and reading each of these questions. Now, one question you might have right now is, am I required to do this? No. No, this is not a graded activity in the sense that Canvas is keeping track, or sorry, this is a graded activity, graded in quotes here, in the sense that Canvas does keep track of this. And I showed you in a previous video that there is a discussion forum grade in Gradebook, but you can just ignore this. I have it set up this way for my own purposes so I can easily see when somebody has posted something in my grade view, but you don't have to worry about this. It's worth 0 points. However, when you post something, you will see if it's been answered, I believe. Okay. Now, notice that the last box here is make your first post, say hello. So if you click on this, I've already made a sample post. So reply to this post, go reply here, not up here. Feel free to keep it brief. Feel free to include a photo or video. Here's my sample post. And if you want to reply to me or to anyone else, you can reply to that. But to reply to this thread, reply here. Again, is this required? No, but I recommend that you just test out making a post. Also, it would be cool to meet everybody. So make your first post here, try it out. In the future, whenever you have a question, feel free to come post it here. I answer questions, other people answer questions. I recommend subscribing to this thread. That way, whenever a new question shows up, you'll get a notification, but that's up to you. And that completes my discussion forum tips.